Hello and welcome back. So today's video is going to be really empowering for you, and it's going to, break a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of conditioned patterns that you hold on to, and the way you live your life because you have these conditioned patterns and limiting beliefs. It's going to be really empowering, and it's also an extension of the principle E plus R equals O, where E is the event, R is the response, and O is the outcome. And remember, response is what you are giving to the event. So it will also move you away from blaming and complaining and your patterns of reaction. Let's say if there is a situation you get angry, right? So the outcome becomes different. If there is a situation where you're blaming others, right, and then the outcome is different. So it will this equation E plus R equals O helps you to get into attitude which is more winning. It will help you to get into the attitude which is more winning. It will also help you to avoid blaming and complaining, which is a normal reaction which is so ingrained into all of us that something will happen and we will blame someone or somebody, and then we will be like a victim. So this equation helps you to move away from blaming and complaining, so you can take greater responsibility of your life and make and give proper responses rather than reactions. So similarly, today what I'm going to explain to you is a extension of this principle, where I will lead you to a very small yet powerful exercise which will really open your mind to a very different way of living, which will be very empowering. So I will give you this question, and you can pause this video, right, because otherwise you will lose the experience. So I will first give you a question, I'll ask you a question, and then please pause this video and take a sheet of pen and paper and write at least two instances from your life, okay, where you think you have to do certain things. So what are the two things in your life or instances in your life where you think that you have to do it? And now you can quickly pause my video and write the answers. So you have to write, I have to do this. I have to. Okay? So write those things. So I believe that you have written down the answers. So have you seen people who think that they have to do things? And also, have you seen people who do not do things, like they do not pay their taxes, they don't take care of their own children? Some people feel that there are people and institutions that make them do things. Have you ever had traffic make you late? And sometimes, for an example, the boss might ask you to lie, that tell them I'm not here, and you would do that. And then you could say that my boss made me lie, my wife made me do this, my kids make me do this, my parents make me do this. So, often we fall into this mode of believing that other people are making us do things. We have this kind of a belief that other people make us do things. We have a belief that other people and institutions make us do things. I am going to suggest here is that no one can make you do things. We always have a choice of agreeing or not. Do you agree with me that we always have a choice to agree or not? I'm not saying that this choice or that choice is wrong or right. All I'm saying is that no one can make us do things and that we have a choice to agree or not. However, there are consequences of the choices you make. This is a really powerful one. There are consequences of the choices you make. And here is the big one. We pretend to feel like a victim. Really, I'm saying that, it doesn't mean that I don't feel like a victim. Sometimes I also feel like a victim and feel that because of them or because of this event or situation, it's happening to me. Okay, but all I'm saying is that we have a choice, we do choose, we agree with the situation, and then we go forward and make some choices. And whatever choice, we make, there is a consequence. It's not that what choice we made was a right choice or a wrong choice. It's just that we made a choice and then we have the consequences of those choices. And only after, sometimes making the choice, we can understand the consequences. Sometimes we know a bit of those consequences, but we do not understand them fully. And later we realize in life, okay, that if I would have or could have done this way, uh, this time period could have been better. So that's why this principle is there, so you can make conscious choices and you are more aware of why you are making these choices, rather than blaming and complaining, or putting onto the or putting the blame onto someone else and believing that it is because of them I did that. Rather than that, if you are aware that you have a choice to agree or not, and still take a decision, make a more precise, more informed and conscious decision, then you will have then you will have greater and better outcomes. So let me pick from where I left. I said that we pretend like a victim. I said this because I was leading you to a point where you can see that you had a choice to agree or not, and you made a choice, right? So I will take you down through the rest of this exercise, where you can write, for example, I have to pay my taxes. Okay, and then you can write, if I don't pay my taxes, then uh, fill in the blanks. So for example, let me give you a short example. So take this exercise. There will be a sheet that will come onto the screen, and you need to fill this with the I have to statement that you had answered earlier. You need to write, I have to pay my taxes. If I don't pay my taxes, then the government will come after me. If the government comes after me, they will freeze my accounts. If they freeze my accounts, then I'll be a criminal. If I am a criminal, then I'll go to jail. I'd rather pay my taxes than go to jail. I choose to pay my taxes. Makes sense? So this you need to write for your own sentences, which you've answered from the instances of your life. So work out what you think you have to do, and pause this video to write down. And there is a sheet which you need to fill for both the instances, and do not resist anything. Write whatever comes up and shows up in your mind. So you're more aware, right? So you're more aware of what's actually holding you down, what's actually holding you. Okay, and this can bring things to the surface, and you might deny, and you might not feel comfortable about it, and you might just say, no, 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 I am fine there. It's not that, it's not that. Write it down, because these things, when they come up on the surface, you have these patterns, limiting patterns that you can see, and then just breathe them out and say, okay, this is the reason why I was making these choices. These were my fears, these were my doubts. And sometimes we blow up the situation. Nothing of that sort is going to happen. Or you just by doing this exercise, you might think, okay, it's not that big enough. Somewhere I can navigate through the situation and make better decisions, or I just need to talk it through with someone, and solutions will also start coming to you, right? You can also look at the other side of choosing the second choice. So it's not that something is wrong or right, it's just making you aware, and helping you out to come from this belief that other people or situations can make you do stuff. It's helping you to respond appropriately than react from a place of fear, doubt, or anything, take a decision, or anything which is causing you to move in a direction where you would not like to move. So remember, like, whatever choice you make, there are consequences. Not paying taxes has a consequence, right? And similarly, there are other examples, and similarly there are other instances in our life where we have consequences. So if you're not choosing yourself, and are being manipulated by someone else, right, just because you think that they are making you do certain stuff, there are consequences. And this is a big one. This is a big one for you. This has been a big one for me. I'm sharing this knowledge with you. It doesn't mean that I haven't been through situations and I'm a very uptight person where go with it. I also have instances in my life where I do get sometimes swayed away, right? So this knowledge is for you to come out of blaming and complaining, come out of victim mode, and be a winner. Be a winner by making your own choices, by agreeing or not agreeing, and then making a conscious decision of what if you choose the other thing, what will happen, how big it is, right? How can you navigate by, balancing out, your decisions that you want to take for your own self. This can be really very empowering. So do this exercise completely, and then also write your insights after you've listened this video. Take a sheet of paper and write down your insights, that what did you learn from here? What did you learn from here? Because it's very important to write your insights, what you learned from this principle, the extension of it that we are doing. Like, do you have to do this or do you choose to do this, right? This exercise is called have to or choose to. It is for you to know that every single choice, consciously or unconsciously, that you are making or agreeing, sometimes you just agree out of fear, and it is for you to become conscious of the fear that you're carrying, and why it is leading you to take decisions which are not, you know in congruence to your path, in congruence to your own inner happiness and peace. So, this is a really wonderful exercise. Do take insights and take some learnings. You don't have to learn everything. Just take one insight, something that you felt deep from within. Yeah, okay, now I understand, and this is was the conflict. So there will be a lot of conditioning that will come out. Okay, maybe you were, listening to just someone, what they were saying, and being manipulated, right? You were just going on listening to them, whatever they were saying, you were being manipulated, and then this insight will come. Okay, so this was the conditioning, limiting pattern that was stopping me. In society we have lots of conditioning where we are taught to, do certain things for others, and lot of things are conditionings are there. So these things will come up, and then your heart is saying something else, but your mind, the conditioning and the society is telling you something else. So, some patterns will break, something will come from within, where you will really be able to remove these conflicts and move forward with more poise, grace, confidence, and empowerment. And I would like to wrap this point by saying that the last thing you can choose is your attitude. Option A or option B might not be the best of the choices, but choose the best for yourself. Choose the best choice you can, and then choose your attitude. Own your choice, and you can always change your choices later. Stay in the job or change your mind about the job. Stay in marriage or change your mind about the marriage. Choose your attitude. So, I wish you more empowerment in your own life, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.